Oh, Pisces, my, how we have the Mercury retrograding all over the retrogrades. So, some of you, first of all, ho ho ho, bitch, we're about to have 50% off for, well, what I thought was like Black Friday week, but they're calling it Cyber Week. I'm like, I thought Cyber Monday was like the Monday after Black Friday, whatever. It starts at midnight. It probably already started. Once you already started watching this, get your half off readings or don't. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. Um I will say there was somebody that you might have stopped talking to in the past. This could be recent past. This feels like somebody that maybe made a decision very quickly to and something that they decided was some sort of burden. This could have also, it could also just be, mm, yeah, I feel like somebody had a growth period that they had to experience, and also somebody, it feels like November was very significant for whatever this was. It's like if something didn't end, it feels like, okay, sorry, I know I'm all over the place. So the first message I'm getting is that somebody could have fronted like they were a king of pentacles, but in reality they were actually a king of wands, which basically means they could have come off more stable and secure and commitment focused than they actually were. They actually were more, um, they could have been more driven by passion than stability. Um, but also an interesting um, thing that was also happening is that they were sort of evolving from a Knight of Wands to a King of Wands in the background. I don't know if this is making sense to you so far. I'm just sort of saying it as I see it. I don't usually describe the cards so, like, obscurely like this, but I will say, um, there is, there was, like, some very quick conversation or decision that was made. Somebody decided something was, like, too much to deal with, so they cut it off. Um, and I feel like right now you could be, so, and this was a masculine. For some of you, you might have moved from one dude to another, unless you are the masculine. Take it how it resonates. But for a lot of you, I feel like this is somebody who presented themselves one way, but made a decision that showed another version of themselves. Um, I feel like what's happening right now, or what is about to happen in the very, like, this is your present energy, the present timeline, um, is that there's about to be some sort of level up for you. This could be, like, on your own journey, um, also, like, it could be career-wise, but also I feel like there's a new start in a cycle that already ended. I actually flipped all of these cards upright before I started this, and I shuffled, I shuffled them, and like one, I normally don't, like I wasn't planning on doing reversals for this deck, because I was like, I'm exhausted by reversals, I'm tired of these, tiresome messages, and I was afraid, and that doesn't always work. Sometimes it's just like all swords and five of wands, 20, like it's not, that doesn't always work when I'm like, I'm gonna keep them all upright. It's like there's just as many bad cards in the deck. That's also why I don't even bother to reverse them half the time. But the world flew out reverse when I was shuffling, so I was like, I'm gonna take it, and it's clarified off camera with the Fool. So it's like there is a new beginning in something that did close out. I mean, obviously it'll be up to you. It's your choice. If you decide to go that path, but if you want it, it's there. Here is a caveat. So there could be a potential new love, new chapter opening with somebody that you have a history with. This could be somebody that is an ex. It could just be somebody that uh, you might, you know, I mean, you could have an actual family with this person. For some of you, you're married to them or were. Um, One thing, and this is not for everybody, Avi, but like, if you know that this is a possibility, somebody could be potentially about to have a baby, or like that is, if it's possible for you to have a baby and you don't want one, that is something that could happen like very soon. For some of you, some of you might like have a new chapter with a person that you close things out with because you realize you are pregnant. Again, obviously that's not for everybody. Calm down if you're freaking out. Unless it's in a good way. I don't know. But also still, even if it's in a good way, this might also not be, chill out. But I do see there is a really exciting, okay, I don't know, there's other like signs of potential children up ahead too. We have like all these pages. I mean, either way, you have like abundance, happiness, a really exciting news up ahead. Again, could be kids, could be related to children. It could also just be it could be family or home unit, but it could also just be a lot of happiness, a new opportunity, really good sex up ahead, and really good money. I feel like, and for some of you, if you're, like, let's say you're, like, not trying to go back to this person, not even, like, thinking about a person, if this is just, like, if you're just, like, focused on your bag, I still see it being very good for you. And I feel like if there's something, like maybe the cycle that closed out or the thing that ended is something that like it's like you could be having a new beginning in something that you used to do like career wise or for money. And again, this could be something that you're very skilled at, you're very knowledgeable at, and that you would actually love. And that could be what the new baby is. Like, that could be just like birthing a new opportunity for yourself and having a really nice new start in something that you love. Not only that you love, but that, like, could bring in a lot of money and opportunities and stability. Either way, I see you having a really solid foundation. And then even at the bottom of the deck, we have Two of Cups right on top of the Sun, which is like literally like marriage on top of marriage, like marriage clarified by marriage. Um, and then there's all these other indications of marriage. I mean, again, it's like it doesn't have to be a marriage on paper, but that's like the greatest. I mean, and if this is somebody new, I mean, this is something where if it's somebody new, I don't know. I was just saying, you could be married by next August, or it could be somebody you met in August that is a soulmate. Oh yeah, this is one of the weird decks. This is this weird deck that comes with an extra card called the Mother Star, which is like a similar to the High Priestess. I'm pretty sure it's like a more of a mother energy. Again, mother energy. Like, if you want to have kids and you want to have a family, this is something that I mean, again, and that's also, don't freak out, that could also be like just creation energy. It could be I want to say this deck might have a couple of extra cards, and one of them might have a similar, unless it's the same one. Listen, I'm not going to try to explain to you what this deck is all about. Only have so much time, but I do think that you are going to be building something really solid. This could also be building a new network of people that you really trust and leaving behind, you know, any untrustworthy people in the past, but also leaving behind any self-sabotaging behavior and also any kind of misconceptions about like any deceit or betrayal or anything shady or anything where if there was any confusion around that, that's going to be put behind you as well. But this one's really good, which I'm very happy about, because Pisces, you don't always have the best go of it. So, and also, like, I cannot stress this enough, and you can look at any reading from the past, like, they're not always great. I always like to stress that whether they're good or not, but especially when they're good. Because when they're good, they're great. Well, sometimes when they're good, and this feels really good. This feels like very, very happy. Like, and not just because the cards are upright, like death could be upright, up ahead, but it's in the past. So, and that's an ending. It's Scorpio energy, and we just exited Scorpio season, so it could be things that happen during Scorpio season. Um, it does it does represent endings overall, though, too, and it does feel like that is behind you. And then it's like the Fool comes right after, which is a new chapter after an ending. So whether it's like with somebody new, for a lot of people, I feel like this could be, again, it's like you could be re-entering an old cycle, and if it's not with a person, it's with an old, idea that you used to have, or an old way of doing something that worked for you, a skill set that you stopped using that you're going to pick up again. There's something new coming, and I think you're going to be really happy and really pleasantly surprised. And again, I cannot stress this enough. Sometimes my readings are like, you might not love the next couple of months. You might not love how this turns out next. Like, I try to put it as compassionately as possible, but sometimes the news is not always the best. But I'm very happy to say that you have very, very good news. So if that's something that you needed to hear, and I want to say that the Pisces readings lately have been like kind of intense, where like y'all have needed a break. You've needed some better news. So I'm more than happy to be the one to deliver it tonight. So I hope that you enjoyed this and that it resonated for you. Please check your other signs. You are more than just a sun sign. You have a moon sign. You have a rising sign. You have a Venus placement. You have a Mercury placement. You have to check your chart, okay? You have to go to the Google. Get to Googling. Type in birth chart calculator or natal chart calculator. And then just put in your information. It's going to ask you your birth date, your time of birth, and your place, where you were born, those three things. If you don't know the time, you can still get all of your other planets. Sometimes you can have one sign, and you can have a sun sign in Pisces, and then 7 other planets in Sagittarius, and then you're like, why do I not feel like a normal Pisces? Bitch, because you're Sagittarius dominant, or, whatever, that's an example, but check your chart, check your other signs. That's also a really good way to check any type of horoscope or any type of reading anytime that you do that, or are ever looking at any astrological or zodiac related news. You're always going to want to check your other signs, because they will sometimes resonate more than your sun sign. Sometimes the degrees are it's very convoluted. I'm not gonna like bore you with the nature, the nuts and bolts of the astrological chart, but overall, like sometimes your most dominant sign will be. Sometimes it's just one planet, one sign, but it's like it's at an angle where it's like the hardest, and it's like none of the ones that you would think. So, that being said, feel free to like, share, subscribe. You can go to lunarprofit.com. Right now, everything is half off. And the 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 why can't I talk? The live readings are like rather the like a phone reading or stuff like that. I read the whole deck when I do this, so I feel like I need to clarify that because sometimes I think people think they're getting like something like this is like this is what I consider a 3 card spread, which I know you see 9 on the table, and then there's another 9 behind, like off camera, that I'm reading. But in my world, this is 3 cards. So I read the full deck, and then some. So, and then I let you ask questions too. So that's what a live reading contains. Everything is half off right now. So feel free to explore. Or just click like, or don't. You can lurk. I'm down with that too. I love to lurk. I'm a lurker. Alright, but until next time, not that you need it, but good luck, Pisces.